It's coast to coast, absolutely. One of the first things I realized when I got on campus was we're a private school on the East Coast, halfway between New York City and Boston. Why are we just recruiting this region when having lived in California, having lived in other places in the country, people want to come to the East Coast to go to school. So why are we just pigeonholing ourselves by going and recruiting only players from New Jersey or Connecticut or Rhode Island or New York? Let's go across the entire country. We've had kids come on campus from Texas, North Carolina, Minnesota, Illinois, Ohio, California, Nevada. I keep on going and going, and we've really recruited, and one of the first things we did was expand our recruiting footprint to go literally from coast to coast. We had players visiting us from Oregon this past summer. So we've done a really good job of expanding everything. Expanding out, not just being in a Northeast regional recruiter, but we're recruiting teams from up and down the Eastern Seaboard, from all the way down to Florida, all the way up to Maine, and then also all the way out to the Pacific Coast at the same time. I think it's awesome because every player brings in different experiences and different understanding of how to play the game. So you have someone like Jenna Bridges from Rhode Island, who, when you went to go watch her play in high school, she's 6'4", and the rest of her team it looks like Groot and the Minions, because everyone else was like up to like her elbows. So it was really fun just watching that. And then you watch someone like Carly Eastley, who plays on a team with 6'2" outside hitters. So it's really great to have all those players coming in with a bunch of different experiences, a bunch of different understanding of how to play the game, and watching them kind of meld and see how their skills and their skill set really complements the other players that we brought in at the same time.
It's been really cool the past 3 years. My first year, I was the only girl from California. Last year, we got 2 more people in, and this year, 2 more. So it's kind of nice having my own people with me, because I got made fun of a lot for my accent and stuff. But it's really nice playing with people from all over the country, Puerto Rico, upstate New York or Western New York, and just like the different way that they play the game and everything that we can bring in together.
Honestly, I had already sat down, didn't have very much luck with recruiting, so I was going to go to a different college, and about a week before my last club season ended, Mitch emailed me and was like, hey, I'm looking to recruit you. And it was one of those things, like, I sat there and really had to think hard, like, am I going to give up the thing I love, or am I going to like pursue this dream that I've had since I was 8 years old? And so it was really just one of those things, like, it all fell into place, and I showed up on campus. I'd never been here. I've never been to the East Coast besides for like my 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip. I've never talked to any of the girls, and I just showed up, and it's been like honestly like one of the biggest blessings that I've ever had in my life. I can definitely say I'm the youngest of 4, and so I've always been very motivated and very wanting to be independent. So I don't have any issues like transitioning from like a West Coast small town girl to like coming here to Hartford. I didn't have very many issues, but it was nice having a team that was always there to support me, whether it be like family issues, boy issues, volleyball issues, like everyone's always there and has your back.
I basically got this little card from this guy named Mitch Kallick, and I was like, So I looked up the school, never heard of it. And I was like, what, D1? I was like, no way. And so I was like really involved. I was like always like messaging him and emailing him, and it was like awesome. And so when I like committed, like everyone started to know, and everyone was like really excited for me. And so when I finally came to the school, I was like really excited to play.
I was looking forward to a much more physical team, a much better ball control team, a better overall volleyball team from top to bottom, and that's exactly what we have. We were looking to bring with our first recruiting class players who knew how to play the game, players who understood what it took to win championships. So we brought in players who understood what it took to win, who had the expectation to win, combined with coaching up the players we currently had on our roster. So when we had those 2 things combined, we knew that we were going to bring in a more experienced team that had expectations to be successful, which when you expect that already, it really helps the culture when you're trying to teach your team how to win and what it takes to win at the collegiate level.